And we hereby call this meeting to order. We get a roll call?
Yes, Commissioner. Yes, Commissioner, I will take roll call. Let the record reflect Chair Cuevas is not present. So Commissioner Lomelli,
Present?
Commissioner Medina,
Present.
Commissioner Morales,
Present.
and Commissioner Valdez is also not present. So we do have a quorum. Thank you.
Thank you. If we could all please stand and face the flag for the Pledge of Allegiance. Put your right hand over your heart. Ready, begin.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Are there any corrections to the agenda?
There are no corrections to the agenda for today.
Okay. Public comment?
Sure. I will go ahead and read the statement of oral communication. The general public may address the Planning Commission on any items listed on tonight's agenda, including items that are not listed on the agenda, but which are within the Planning Commission's subject matter jurisdiction. Please be aware that the maximum time allotted for members of the public to speak shall not exceed 3 minutes per person. State law prohibits the Planning Commission from acting or entertaining extended discussion on a topic not listed on the agenda for today. And please show courtesy to others and direct all comments to the Commission Chair. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any staff communications?
There are no staff communications.
Okay. We'll proceed to the minutes section. For the meeting minutes of August 1st, 2023, does anybody have any corrections or comments?
No.
No? Okay. Would anybody like to make a recommendation for the approval, or can I?
Motion.
Okay. I'll motion to approve the meeting minutes of August 21st of 2023.
I think we could do them together, August 1st and the 15th, if there are no objections. Is that correct?
Yeah, if there are no objections, it could be done together.
Any comments? Okay, so I will go ahead and proceed to make a motion to approve the meeting minutes of August 1st, 2023 and August 15th of 2023.
I'll second.
All right. I will take roll. Sorry.
Okay.
Commissioner Lomelli,
Aye.
Commissioner Medina,
Aye.
Commissioner Morales.
Aye.
Those are approved. Thank you.
Thank you. I will now go ahead and open the public hearing. I see here item number 3.
Yes. Commissioner, item 3 on tonight's agenda is a public hearing item that relates to a proposed lot line adjustment to adjust lot lines between parcels in connection with the future car wash facility. And this relates to the property located at 2302 West Whittier Boulevard. I believe Grace Hayashi, our assistant planner, will be presenting today. Thank you.
Okay, good afternoon, Chair, members of the Planning Commission, and the public. The request before you is a lot line adjustment, which will allow Superstar Car Wash on behalf of the property owner, Whittier Wilcox LP, to adjust the property boundary line located at 2302 West Whittier Boulevard. So the applicant, Superstar Car Wash, on behalf of the Whittier Wilcox LP, is seeking to adjust the lot line boundary between Parcel 1 and Parcel 2 to operate the Superstar Car Wash separately on Parcel 2, which is the project site. And as shown before you in the aerial, outlined in red is the project site, and the total lot area of Parcel 1 is 7,369 square feet, not including the alley. And Parcel 2 is 26,673 square feet, which has a total of 5 lots that are currently tied together. And the current use for Parcel 1 is a vacant lot, providing parking for the current car wash and restaurant. Parcel 2 is currently developed with the Montebello Car Wash and Little Mexico Place Restaurant. The future use for the newly untied Parcel 2 will still remain a car wash, and separately, the applicant is proposing to renovate the existing car wash by modernizing the car wash and providing that required parking on site. The proposed car wash renovation is not subject to discretionary review, and it will be reviewed and approved administratively. The immediate surrounding land uses are compatible with the proposed lot line adjustment of the project site as the use is remaining. It is not anticipated that this specific proposal will have an adverse impact on adjacent or abutting properties. And the zoning map further illustrates that to the east, south, and west of the subject property are other commercially zoned properties, and to the north are residentially zoned properties. So the slide before you, it's the current configuration of the existing lots. Parcel 1 is highlighted in yellow, and Parcel 2, highlighted in red, are bisected by a 20-foot wide alley that's owned by the city, and it serves as an easement for public street, road, highway, and incidental purposes. Currently, portion of Parcel 1 is tied with Parcel 2, as shown in the slide before you. By adjusting the boundary line, the request will untie the southern portion of Parcel 1 from Parcel 2 by creating standalone parcels. And this would allow Parcel 2 to operate independently as a car wash, and Parcel 2 will remain a vacant lot. The slide before you shows the proposed configuration of the parcels after the readjustment of the boundary line. The proposed lot line adjustment will essentially adjust the property line, separating Parcel 2, identified by the blue line, from the southern portion of Parcel 2, and adjust the line to the northerly portion of Parcel 2, which is this red line. And the reconfiguration will result in two separate parcels, Parcel 1 and Parcel 2. The proposed lot line adjustment is considered categorically exempt per the California Environmental Quality Act, Section 15315, minor land divisions of CEQA. And this consists of the division of property in urbanized areas zoned for residential, commercial, or industrial uses into 4 or fewer parcels when the division is in conformance with the general plan and zoning. And the proposed request will not result in any new creation of lots, so it will remain as 5 lots. And on September 7, 2023, the public hearing notice was mailed to owners within the 300-foot radius. And on that same date, the public hearing notice was published in the Daily Journal, Whittier Daily News. And lastly, for recommended findings, the staff recommends that the Planning Commission adopts resolution number 1123, approving a lot line adjustment, subject to certain findings and conditions to adjust the existing property boundary for the property located at 2302 West Whittier Boulevard, and to determine and find that the project is exempt from CEQA pursuant to CEQA guidelines section 15315 related to minor land divisions. Thank you, and I'm available for any questions.
Thank you. Should I ask for the applicant if they would like to speak, or should I go with the speaker cards?
Yes, Commissioner, we do have a speaker card from, I believe, a representative for the applicant. And in the speaker card, it indicates that they're here for any questions that the commission may have.
Okay. If the applicant would like to step up and speak on the proposed item, thank you.
Hi, good afternoon, Commissioners. I want to thank you guys so much for holding this hearing and scheduling it due to the confusion from last week. And so we just want to say on behalf of the applicant and the owner is here as well, that we really appreciate you guys doing this and making time for this. Really, I put in a card just in case you had any questions. This is a pretty straightforward request in the sense that there's just a lot line that runs through the existing car wash, which makes it impossible to use the residential lot for residential uses. And so all this is doing is fixing kind of a poorly designed lot line layout. So an existing residential lot can be used for residential purposes, and the existing car wash can continue to be used for a car wash. And really, that's it. And my name is Daniel Friedman. I'm not sure if I said that. And I'm here if you have any questions, but really, we hope this should be pretty straightforward. And we also hope that the car wash, when this is all said and done, will be nicely cleaned up, repainted, some new grass areas, some better parking facilities, and so hopefully it'll be a better business for the community. We hope to be a longtime partner with you guys.
Thank you.
I have a real quick question. I'm wondering, is the lot line adjustment going to result in any parking loss for the business?
Not, so my understanding, this site has kind of a strange history. And by that I mean this residential, so the lot line is moving up a line so that like I said, the residential lot can stand alone as a residential lot. Whereas right now, this lot, which is lot parcel 1, goes through the car wash. Parcel 1 obtained a variance, I believe, many years ago to be used for parking for the car wash. But I didn't see anything in the record that it was needed for the car wash parking, nor have I seen that it has even been used for parking. I think it's just been sitting vacant, which is why I think it was described as vacant, because nothing happens there. So the existing car wash facility has more than sufficient adequate parking for its existing needs. And so in this lot, which my suspicion is because it hasn't been needed, has been, I think, really disservice to the community, because it could be used for either residential purposes or for anything else other than sitting vacant, has just kind of straggled along and been unimproved for that, really for this reason.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So I want to know, who are the property owners for Lot 1 and Lot 2? Are they the same property owners?
Yeah.
Correct, yes. Hi, how are you? Aoife Gutenberg. Yes, we own both lots.
Okay, and is the car wash renting both lots
We
currently?
own the car wash also, so we will be, that car wash will be closed. We're selling that property to the new owners who will.
So you will be selling both Lot 1 and 2?
No, we're only selling, which is the car wash, lot 2. Going to develop it as a residential property in the future. And they will, yeah.
Thank you.
If I see no other questions for the applicant, thank you very much.
Thank you, commissioners.
Thank you. Do we have a motion?
I motion.
Motion to approve?
Motion to approve, yes.
Okay.
Sorry. Motion to approve.
I'll go ahead and second that.
I will take roll and let the record reflect that Commissioner Valdez did join us during this public hearing. So Commissioner Lomelli,
Aye.
Commissioner Medina,
Aye.
Commissioner Morales,
Aye.
Commissioner Valdez.
Aye.
That is approved. Thank you.
Moving forward to item number 4, conditional use permit for case number PC 2023-0010.
Yes, Commissioner, item 4 is a request for a conditional use permit and zone variance to authorize permanent cosmetics at an existing beauty salon located at 806 West Beverly Boulevard within the city, and Emily Fernandez will be presenting on this item. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Palumbi. Good afternoon, Chair, members of the Planning Commission, and the public. The proposed conditional use permit and zone variance will allow an established beauty salon to provide permanent cosmetics as an additional service to Sola Salon, which is located at 806 West Beverly Boulevard. Okay, the project site is located within an existing commercial retail shopping center located on the northwest corner of Beverly and Montebello Boulevard within the C2 Zone General Commercial. Sola Salon is located on the northeastern portion of the shopping center as shown in the aerial before you highlighted in red. The total area of the entire commercial center is approximately 84,947 square feet. Sola Salon currently occupies a building approximately 11,860 square feet in size. No expansion is being requested. The project site is zoned C2 General Commercial and is surrounded by other commercially zoned properties. The immediate surrounding land uses are general commercial, which is consistent with the commercial designated land use and will not have an adverse impact on adjacent or abutting properties. Per the Montebello Municipal Code, permanent cosmetics is categorized as a body art establishment. Body art establishments require the review and approval of a conditional use permit within the C2 zone. In addition, body art establishments shall not be located within 500 feet of another existing body art establishment and shall not be located within 1,000 feet of the following sensitive uses such as schools, residential uses, churches, libraries, or parks. The yellow star represents the project site, and the blue square north of the project site indicates a neighboring church and park which are within 1,000 square feet of the project site, therefore requiring the zone variance. The entitlements associated with this project include a provision of a conditional use permit as well as a zone variance to allow the use of permanent cosmetics at the existing beauty salon and deviate from the distance requirement of sensitive uses. Examples of the proposed ancillary use include eyebrow microblading, lip blushing, and hairline reconstruction, to name a few. The slide before you is an overview of the site plan of the existing commercial center. As mentioned before, the commercial center is approximately 84,947 square feet in size. The existing building that Sola Salon currently occupies is 11,860 square feet in size. This is the existing floor plan of the salon. The salon is currently equipped with 64 beauty rooms. Only the estheticians with the specialized licensing will be able to provide the permanent cosmetics as a service. The intended hours of operation are 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., Monday through Sunday. The salon provides beauty professionals with high-end, fully equipped private studios alongside support and tools needed to launch their business. Some examples of the current use include barbers, hairstylists, lash and makeup artists, skincare professionals, threading, and waxing. The proposed request is categorically exempt per the California CEQA Quality Act Class 1, Section 15301 pertaining to existing facilities. On September 6th, the public hearing notice was mailed to owners within the 500-foot radius of the exterior boundaries of the project site, and following the next day, the public hearing notice was published to the Whittier Daily Journal. Staff recommends that the Planning Commission adopt Resolution Number 1323, approving a conditional use permit and zone variance with conditions to allow the use of permanent cosmetics and adopting a notice of exemption under CEQA 15301 existing facilities. Okay, well, thank you. This concludes my presentation. Let me know if you have any other questions at the time. A representative for the applicant is available for questions as well.
Thank you. Would the applicant like to step up to the podium?
My name's Aaliyah, and Emily did a great job kind of referencing everything that the client is looking for. And so they're just looking to request a permit for the zoning and the CUP permit for, they already have the existing salon, they just want to include one more beauty service.
Perfect, thank you. Questions for the applicant?
I have a quick question, and perhaps this is more for staff, but I'm wondering what defines the ancillary use?
Go ahead.
So if I may, so our municipal code basically classifies permanent cosmetics as a body art establishment per our code. So because of that, we're here before you requesting a CUP for that particular use. So a beauty salon is principally permitted. It can just be permitted by right, but the ancillary use requires a CUP.
Okay. So are we saying that maybe 1 out of the 64 or 2 out of the 64 will have this type of use?
Yeah, I think that's, so the ancillary, which is the body, the art, if you will, that's the ancillary use to the actual existing.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Any more questions? No? Okay, I don't see any other questions. Do we have a motion for this item?
I motion to approve.
And I will go ahead and second that as well.
All right. I will take roll. Commissioner Lomelli,
Aye?
Commissioner Medina,
Aye.
Commissioner Morales,
Aye.
Commissioner Valdez,
Aye.
and that is approved. Item 4 is approved. Thank you. I think that concludes our public hearing.
Okay, I'll go ahead and close the public hearing
Yes. Perfect.
and proceed over to the consent items. I see
Correct.
Item number 5.
Yes, so on tonight, today's consent item calendar, we do have one public comment card from Barney Santos, and I believe it would be appropriate at this time to entertain public comment and then move into the consent calendar.
Okay. Do we have any public comments on this consent item? Yeah, okay.
Hi, everybody. Thank you for having me here today. I'm grateful to be here today. So I just wanted to bring up one of the lines in our conditional use permit that we have had for now 3 years that has been a little bit of a contention for sort of us and sort of the surrounding neighbors, one neighbor in particular. It's line 40 on our CUP. I'm not sure if everybody here, I think because we're on the agenda, everybody might have the CUP with them today, or I'm not sure. I could read it. I mean, is that fine?
Yeah.
Okay, so on line item 40 in our CUP, it says that the noise levels generated by the operation of such establishment shall not exceed 65 decibels between the hours of 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. and not exceed 60 decibels between the hours of 10 p.m. to 7 a.m. The next day, so as to mitigate the impact on adjoining properties zoned or used for residential purposes. The measurement of noise levels shall be taken at the location of the shared property line. So I think for our confusion of this specific language is that there is no shared property line from where we are to where like the residential properties are. There's an alley in between us, and then there's like this exterior seating area that belongs to the Boulevard Walk development. So the exact place where we are measuring our decibels in order to help mitigate is very ambiguous in relation to where it's located. So we typically follow the Montebello Municipal Code, which states that commercial areas are to be 70 decibels at the property line where the noise is being generated from. That's kind of what we've been following. We have an actual a survey, like a monkey that we kind of like rigged up to create a form and then document it, upload the photo through a decibel reader, and we take the average of like 3 readings at that location to just generate a good average of what the actual noise is. And we usually document it 2 times a night just to make sure. But according to the language, it's kind of not really sure where that is located. According to this is saying 65 decibel to 60 decibels, which is really, if you know anything about decibels, it's really, really low. It's this conversation here is about 60 decibels. And so, we would like to get a little more clarity on that. And then our suggestion would be obviously to measure at the residential property line. Because if we measure 70 at our lot line, which is based on what the Montebello Municipal Code suggests, the actual measurement usually at the residential property line is, because that's where we measure as well too. We measure at our property line, we also measure at the residential. It's usually about 10 decibels less than what we measure at our property line. So the sound drops down 10 decibels by the time it hits the residential, which actually keeps it way below what the standard that is kind of suggested here. So that's kind of what we're looking for clarity and making our suggestion is not to alter it, we can adhere to it, but gain a little more clarity as to where it's measured and make our suggestion as to following the spirit of kind of Montebello Municipal Code. So that's it.
Thank you.
If I
Staff.
may add,
Yes, please.
so we did find a section in our municipal code, and it's section 17.22110. So it's regarding development standards regarding noise. So basically, it reads that every use shall be so operated that the noise inherited and recurrently generated does not exceed the following levels at the lot line of the lot on which the use is located. In this case, your property, your commercial property. So it says that the noise is measured at the lot line where the use is located. So we can kind of maybe interpret it in that manner if,
If I may, I think it's important to note that this is a compliance review, and any proposed amendments to the conditions, I think the conditions would override the municipal code, correct me if I'm wrong. The conditions of the conditional use permit they're written in a certain way.
Yeah.
And I think in the condition, it does state, and correct, I think, Daniel, you have the condition before you. Maybe you could share that with the commission as it's written. And I just want to make sure procedurally we're doing it appropriately,
100%.
because the CUP would supersede what's in the municipal code, which is why the planning commission ultimately would have approved that. And if we want to sort of deviate from that, we would have to go through a process, so.
Yeah, so just to clarify, this is attachment A within the compliance report. And so in this case, condition number 40 of the resolution that approved the sale of alcohols at the site reads, that the noise levels generated by the operation of such establishment shall not exceed 65 decibels between the hours of 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. and not exceed 60 decibels between the hours of 10 p.m. to 7 a.m. so as to mitigate the impact on adjoining properties zoned or used for residential purposes. The measurement of noise levels shall be taken at the location of the shared property line.
If I may, Director Plumby, the applicant's question, I believe, was where to measure the line. I understand that there's no clear shared property line, so I guess it wouldn't be amending the CUP, the amounts listed, the limits listed in the CUP would stand, but just the line where it would be measured would be, could be interpreted to follow the municipal code. Since there's no shared property line, it would just be at the line of where the commercial property ends. Because I understand there's an alley in between that the city owns. So the residential and commercial don't have that shared line. But the limits listed in the CUP would not change.
I understand that, but I guess, if I'm on the other side of this, one could argue that it could be from the center point of the alleyway. So I just want to be careful there.
Yeah, I understand, but ultimately, it's up to the department director for administrative decisions. So, yeah.
Yeah, and then if I may, just to clarify, there's also a condition number 5, that says the director at any time can call for review of the approved conditions of approval at a duly noticed public hearing before the planning commission. These conditions may be modified or new conditions added to reduce any impacts of the use. And so under that condition, I feel that, it does say that a duly noted public notice would be required. So in this case, I believe that would allow for us to amend it if that's the route we choose to go.
Yep, and thank you for that. This is not, it's not a public hearing, this is a consent item, so that would have required notification to the public. They would have had the opportunity to come and state their, objections to any of the proposals. So I just want to make sure we're clear on that, so thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
So we'll proceed with item number 5.
Yes, thank you. So item numbers 5, 6, and 7 today on the consent calendar relate to required conditional use compliance reviews for CUPs that were previously approved. And I believe Daniel will be presenting on all 3 of these items, so thank you.
Thank you.
2, so okay. All right.
Good afternoon, members of the Planning Commission and the public. Today, I will be presenting the quarterly compliance review associated with conditional use permit case number PC-2022-0011-CUP for the Sizzlers Restaurant located at 1908 West Beverly Boulevard. The applicant associated with the CUP is Sizzler USA Restaurant, Inc. Next, or actually, I got it right here. On May 10th, 2022, the conditional use permit was filed to allow the on-sale dispensing of beer and wine at the project site. And on June 21st, 2022, the Planning Commission approved the CUP to permit the sale of alcohol for on-site consumption at 1908 West Beverly Boulevard. Condition number 7 of the resolution approving the conditional use permit, resolution number 09-22, requires an annual compliance review due quarterly for the first 2 years of alcohol sales. On August 2nd, 2023, the applicant submitted the compliance report for this quarterly compliance review. And on August 30th, 2023, planning staff conducted a site visit to confirm that the applicant is in compliance with the conditions of approval for the conditional use permit. Regarding compliance with the California Environmental Quality Act, or CEQA, CEQA is not applicable to this compliance review because this item is not considered a project, does not have the potential for resulting in physical change in the environment, and since no discretionary action is being taken by the Planning Commission. Staff recommends that the Planning Commission review the report, attachments, and/or any other supportive evidence to determine the following. Sizzler USA Restaurant, Inc., the applicant has demonstrated compliance with the conditions of approval listed in resolution number 09-22. Thank you. This concludes my presentation. I'm available for questions or comments, as is Kirk Taysunturn, the representative for Sizzler.
Thank you. We will go ahead and proceed to receive and file. Thank you.
And then item 6 is,
Are we going to introduce the item, or should I just continue with the next presentation?
go ahead.
Okay. Then can we pull up the PowerPoint? Good afternoon, members of the Planning Commission and the public. Today, I will be presenting the annual compliance review associated with conditional use permit case number PC-2020-0014-CUP for the Boulevard Market business located at 520 West Whittier Boulevard. The applicant associated with this conditional use permit is Boulevard Foods, LLC. On August 10th, 2020, the conditional use permit was filed by the applicant to allow the on-sale and off-sale dispensing for a full line of alcoholic beverages along with live entertainment and events at the project site. On November 4th, 2020, the Planning Commission approved the CUP to permit the sale of alcohol for on-site and off-sale consumption at 520 West Whittier Boulevard. Condition number 8 of resolution number 18-20, the resolution which approved the conditional use permit, requires the applicant to have an annual compliance review. This is the second annual compliance review for the applicant. On August 24th, 2023, the applicant submitted the compliance report. On September 6th, 2023, planning staff conducted a site visit to confirm compliance with the conditions of approval in the conditional use permit. Regarding compliance with the California Environmental Quality Act, or CEQA, CEQA is not applicable to this compliance review because this item is not considered a project, does not have the potential for resulting in physical change in the environment, and since no discretionary action is being taken by the Planning Commission. Staff recommends that the Planning Commission review the report, attachments, and/or any other supportive evidence to determine the following. Boulevard Foods, LLC, the applicant, has demonstrated compliance with the conditions of approval listed in resolution number 18-20. Thank you. This concludes my presentation. I am available for questions or comments, as is Barney Santos, the owner of the Boulevard Market business.
Thank you. Questions? So we will go ahead and, questions?
No, no question.
I will go ahead and proceed to review and file item number 6 and proceed with item number 7. Thank you.
You.
Good afternoon, Chair, members of the Planning Commission, and the public. The item before you is a presentation regarding the compliance review associated with CUP number 2419 for the sale of beer and wine at the 7-Eleven located at 2900 West Beverly Boulevard. This is just an aerial view of the subject property. On July 15, 2019, the applicant submitted a conditional use permit to allow the sale of alcohol, type 20 license. On August 6, 2019, the applicant received denial for CUP 2419 from Planning Commission for a convenience store with type 20 license for the sale of beer and wine through resolution number 2024. On March 25, 2020, City Council of the City of Montebello reversed the decision of the Planning Commission denying CUP 2419 and approved CUP 2419 through resolution number 2024. On June 15, 2021, the Planning Commission conducted the first compliance review, and since the first compliance review on June 15, 2021, and including this review tonight, there have been a total of 6 quarterly reviews for 3 years, meaning this compliance review tonight will conclude the 3-year quarterly review and now be annual. On August 1st, 2023, Planning Commission conducted a site visit to confirm compliance with the conditions of approval outlined in resolution number 2024. On August 1st, 2023, the applicant was asked to provide proof of compliance with condition 31B and 40 as outlined in resolution 2024 in attachment A. The applicant provided proof of both and was in compliance. Pursuant to resolution number 2024, condition number 45, the applicant and operator shall prepare and submit a quarterly project compliance report. This report is due quarterly for the first 3 years of operation and annually during the first quarter of the year every 3 years thereafter. The compliance report must be submitted to the Director of Planning and Community Development to demonstrate compliance with the conditional use permit. And so the next compliance report will be due August 1st, 2024. It is recommended that the Planning Commission of the City of Montebello review, receive, and file this report, attachments, and/or any other supportive evidence to confirm that 7-Eleven has demonstrated compliance with the conditions of approval contained in resolution number 2024 and CUP 2419. Thank you.
Thank you. I'll proceed to review, receive, and file item number 7. And then we must motion.
Yeah, motion to receive and file items 5, 6, and 7 would be appropriate.
Okay, I'll make a motion to receive and file items 5, 6, and 7.
I'll second.
Perfect. I will take roll. Commissioner Lomelli?
Aye.
Commissioner Medina?
Aye.
Commissioner Morales?
Aye.
Commissioner Valdez?
Aye.
That motion is approved. Thank you.
Thank you. I'll proceed over to Planning Commission orals. Do we have any? No. Okay, thank you. And this meeting is adjourned. Thank you.
Thank you.